I don't really consider myself a spoken word poet or a rapper, but I'll just consider myself a lyricist. And this is something that I recently made up, so hope you guys enjoy it. And again, can I just have everybody's attention for just 3 minutes? So if you're talking or having a conversation just for 3 minutes, please bear with me. She asked me not to say her name, so we'll call her Miss Anonymous. But she's been fidgeting with my brain, playing games with my consciousness. I have to be honest, it's kind of hard to acknowledge this girl is only 15 years old, but is known for with thick bones, big butt, or hippopotamus. In and out of rooms with dudes from different colleges, they all said she was addicted to thick sausages. Ooh. They lied to her. Told her that she could be a model if she gave them all brains. She could be a psychologist or even a neurologist. But what they don't know is every week her legs is open to a different gynecologist. Deep down, she is really kind of tired of it. Do whatever she can. Even if she has to swallow it to get a couple dollars, it's really not that bad. She just wants to hear a compliment. A lot of young black women. Low self-esteem, no self-confidence, nobody at home, no acknowledgement. Pops ain't around, so mama gotta go to work, mama gotta pay the bills and also cook the sausages, which makes it the economist. We'll call her Mrs. Thomas, the mother of Mr. Anonymous. The names and the words are gonna get tricky, but you gotta bear with me, so you just gotta follow it. See, Mrs. Thomas, the mother of 15-year-old Miss Anonymous, met Ricky. And Ricky was pretty tricky, but also pretty confident. He never really loved her, but he always gave her compliments. He knew she had money because of her accomplishments, and she loved him so much because for once he acknowledged it. So they started dating. He was taking all the money, she was paying all these fees, he was taking all the cheese without giving her any condiments. And when they started having sex and it came to wearing condoms, it's, no, I don't do latex, I don't do safe sex. That's just how he will respond to it. Meanwhile, 15-year-old Miss Anonymous, she's pregnant, but she don't know whose child it is. Her mama shot, she ain't know how to respond to it. She said, I thought I was a good mother. Didn't I tell you if it's not in a rubber, don't ever cook the sausages? She said, I know, Mom, but you see, the problem is the man I was with, so when it came to wearing condoms, it's no. He don't do latex. He don't do safe sex. That's just how he will respond to it. He was older, but also pretty confident. His name was Ricky, and he always gave me compliments. This is some R. Kelly trapped in a closet. It's not the first time she's had sex condomless. Her and her mom slept with the same man, but you see, the same man was diagnosed with a virus. It's also known as HIV. So her and her mom, now they both got HIV because they chose to sleep with a man that gave him compliments and always gave him confidence but never kept his promises. I have to be honest, it's not that hard to find women that had the same problem. It's pretty common. It's 1 in 30 black women that will have the same virus. It's even worse for black males. The back's nailed because of the environment. 1 in 16 will die before the time that they ever reach retirement. And that's not including the ones that is hiding it. It's not including the ones that's denying it. So next time you choose to have sex condomless, think of the consequence and try to use some common sense, because you can be sitting next to Mr. or Miss Anonymous.
Yeah! Yeah!
I have one more that I wanted to do really quick, if you guys don't mind. Is that okay? I don't want to come here and just do that one. Alright, here it goes. For a long time, I thought I was born to be poor. Because as a kid, I hated going to the grocery store. It was always a chore. You'd have to stand in a line, and my mama tried to hide all the government cheese, and the white man behind could tell her we was lying, and we was just fronting it and nothing to eat. So of course he'd smile, chuckle and tease, say something smart like, you have all that food in that cart and expect to pay it off with food stamps, access cards, WIC checks, welfare checks, plus you got government cheese. I got mad, I should have punched him in the front of his teeth. He ain't know nothing about moms or nothing about me, or why she was single and Pop was just a drunk in the street, or that at the age of 5 until the age of 9, I saw my Pop serving time for flipping dimes. The cops caught him with a gun in his seat, so we had to serve time for the gun in the seat. The gun in his heat, his cellmate, this brother named Keith, and they both lost their minds and made love in the sheets. My Pop's gay? That story I will never believe. So I saw him in the street, I saw him in the mall. His name no longer Shamar, now they called him Shanice. His hair all wrapped up in a weave. And I thought to myself, how could this happen? He used to hustle them keys. He wouldn't even say bless you if a person would sneeze. He was cold-hearted, shoot them in their stomach and bleed and damage their knees. And after that, bandage their spleen. The whole time he was locked up, he was getting humped in his cheeks. And he was only doing like a couple months in a week.
Yeah?
See, once you get locked up, you the walking dog. The handcuff is the leash. Once you put your hands up, the police and not hesitate to shoot. So most of us just forced the man up in the streets. Like, remember the cop in the donut shop who got shot in his head? I saw the killer on the news. African-American male, age 22, dreadlocks in his head. Illadale brother running from the cops and the feds. And for protection, he probably had a Glock and a mag. Pop was missing. Didn't have a mom or a dad. His brother in prison. Mom in a hospital bed. You will always find him sniffing. Always find him missing in a range of different people. Give him brain, making change. Just to pump her veins with little needles. And he was at the age where he could tell the slinging cane was illegal, but he had to do the same. He was living in the hood. He was living in the lane, and he wanted a new chain and a hat to match. So he told his old heads, and they said that they had his back. He started moving weight, the bass, the ass, the crack. If you ever touched his face, they passed the gat and blast that back. Any other bastard cat, the rat, the snitch, get tucked in the casket quick, the act, the slick. But anyway, back to script. See, he was in West Oak Lane doing this drug thing, rapping Nicks. He had his son on the way, because last month he got high and he smashed this chick. And she would always harass him and ask him if he had a black card or a plastic chip. Because when the baby came, she didn't want to ask for gifts. So he's like, fine, I'll think of a logical plan, because unlike my pops, I don't want to be an irresponsible man. So we went to the bank to get a loan, which I thought was cool, but they didn't give it to him because he never finished school. He always banged with goons and he always hang with fools trying to get the rent paid, according to the school, 18 in the 10th grade. And yo, the next thing he did was ask his mom for money. She was like, me, I'm broke. I'm sorry, honey. So he thought, hey, I might as well rob some money. So he went to Dunkin' Donuts thinking there he would rob some money, but the cashier behind the counter thought he was just playing. He was just acting funny. So he pulled out that Mac thing from him. Saw the cop and he grabbed his tummy. Pulled the Glock and he grabbed his scully. Shot the cop and his hands was bloody. Left the shop and he forgot the bag of money. How stupid.